Venice rises from the water like a dream that refused to disappear. A city without roads, built on 100 small islands, stitched together by bridges and time, it floats on its own reflection. Here, the canals are not just waterways, they are the city's veins, carrying its history, its commerce, and its soul. The Grand Canal, shaped like a long, languid S, is Venice's great boulevard. Palaces from forgotten republics rise along its edges, their marble steps descending straight into the water, as if the sea itself were an honored guest. Each facade tells a story: Byzantine mosaics, Gothic arches, Renaissance lines, a gallery of architectural ages, reflected in a single shimmering surface. But it is in the smaller canals, the secret ones, that Venice reveals her true self. Here, reflections ripple over peeling pastel walls. Laundry flutters from windows, and the soft hum of everyday life mingles with the gentle splash of passing boats. There are corners where the water seems to hold memories, centuries of lovers' whispers, merchants' deals, and the steady rhythm of oars echoing through time. The moment one steps out of Venice Santa Lucia station, the city greets, not with the roar of traffic, but with the shimmering expanse of the Grand Canal. It feels like walking straight into a painting. The air smells faintly of salt and old stone, and the water restless, glittering, alive. Flowing right past the station's doorstep, as if inviting all aboard. We climbed onto the Vaporetto, Venice's water bus. Our Vaporetto glided under the Ponte degli Scolzi, its stone arch echoing with the sound of engines and laughter. A few minutes later, the iconic Rialto Bridge came into view. A majestic sweep of white marble crowded with shops and travelers leaning over to watch the boats below. Passing beneath its shadow felt like sailing through the heart of Venetian history. The canal narrowed, then widened again, revealing more treasures: the Cadoro with its golden Gothic lacework, the bustling market stalls along the water, and distant church domes, rising like old guardians above the city. And then, almost like a final grand reveal, the canal opened into the vast, sunlit stretch of the Bacino di San Marco. The domes of St. Mark's Basilica glimmered ahead, and the slender bell tower, the Campanile, stood proudly over the square. Gondolas bobbed near the shore, and seagulls circled lazily above, completing the postcard-perfect scene. As we stepped off the Vaporetto and began walking towards St. Mark's, the city surprised us with something unexpected: a quiet pocket of green, nestled beside all the marble and water. Before the grandeur of the piazza revealed itself, we found ourselves drifting into the Giardini Rilli, the royal gardens. Stepping out of the gardens felt like crossing an invisible threshold. One moment we were beneath a canopy of leaves, and the next we were standing before the breathtaking expanse of Piazza San Marco, Venice's grand stage, a place that seems too cinematic to be real. The square opened up around us like a vast stone tapestry, alive with movement and sunlight. From the edge of Piazza San Marco, the Doge's palace rises like a dream carved from stone, elegant, weightless, almost floating above the lagoon. At first glance, it seems too delicate to have once ruled a maritime empire. Its pale pink facade and lace-like arcades look more like the work of a jeweler than the seat of one of the world's most powerful republics. We walked through rooms where every inch was covered in gold, frescoes, and sheer ambition. Enormous council chambers lined with paintings by Tintoretto, Veronese, and Titian told the story of a republic that believed deeply, perhaps too deeply, in its own destiny. The Sala del Magia Consiglio, one of the largest rooms in Europe, felt like a world unto itself, its ceiling alive with swirling figures, and its walls glowing with history. A narrow corridor led us toward the Bridge of Sighs, where sunlight filtered through stone lattice onto the cold floor. On one side, the airy splendor of the palace. On the other, the stark, oppressive cells of the Prigione Nuove, the new prison. Crossing that bridge, prisoners caught their last glimpse of Venice before descending into darkness.
My God.
That is the beer.
It's too much.
That is the way to drink beer. Cheers.
Cheers. Look at my vaso. Look. Ay, qué lindo.